Well, good evening, and welcome one and all. Thank you so much for joining this session tonight of Talking Sip Saturday night. And today is the 27th of the 7th. Another great day in the UK, another great day in the world. How's your night being? Saturday night being is great, you know. Thank you for joining me. Those on TikTok, those on Facebook, those on YouTube, and those on Instagram as well. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you. See you there. Well, tonight, as you can see, the topic says Paris Olympics, Kamala Harris, and Executive President of Jamaica. Why I say Executive President of Jamaica is that the Minister for Constitutional Affairs have ruled out an executive president for Jamaica. So that is something to be talked about. But I want to talk about tonight things which are very pertinent to the world. You know, I've been playing this song today about if this world was mine, and I realized that without a doubt that this world, the world that we live in, can be ours. You know, the spheres of influence that we have, the people that we are around, the impact that we make in people's lives, that we can create the world that we like, that we love. And sometimes when you see like things which are being broadcasted around the world, and for example, like last night when you saw the opening of the Olympics, and you know, I won't have to go into it, you know, because of course you're using the platform that belongs to Facebook, the platform that belongs to YouTube, the platform that belongs to TikTok, the platform that belongs to Instagram. So therefore, they have a right, if they don't like what you say, they'll just take you down, you know. And but when you see what is promoted and what is look there for the world, or what they call it culture, you see, they are creating a world. But I believe that without a doubt that we can create a world as well. And it is so important that we share our voices, share our views in everything. But of course, even tonight, we're going to talk about the Olympics. I just hope that I'm supposed to have to come on tonight because I don't know much about the Olympics and about the persons who are supposed to be taking Usain Bolt, stage or so. The person in the States, the person in Jamaica is going to be the one that takes it. I don't know who's going to take it, you know. But hey, but that's the way of the world, you know. But anyway, let's start this show. Thank you. Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever coming on. Now, what is it that you are drinking tonight? That is something which is very crucial. What is it that you're drinking on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram? What is it that you are drinking tonight? Yep. Um, I'm gonna be saying I'm drinking not Red Bull or anything like that. um, but I'm drinking slight dash of red, not the red for Holy Communion, Lord's Supper. You know, like some may want to take the mick out of that as well. um, Team Jamaica for first women. I am live. And of course have some water, which is very good. Should always drink water. Water is very good for you. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, what are you drinking? You're drinking tea? Are you drinking coffee? Are you drinking what are you drinking? A nice glass of red is really good at times. It takes you, and sometimes when you have a very long day, sometimes a nice glass of red is very good. That it takes you, it embodies something which is great. I spoke on this lady which is called Sonia Massey. I think I should just bring that up. Sonia Massey. I spoke about it on Thursday night. Sonia Massey. That's a lady in the USA which was murdered. She was murdered by this guy. I won't mention his name, and I forget his names, and I won't mention his name because they're not going to give it traction. I think sometimes when we like to mention the names of persons, we give them some sort of traction in a way. And I won't mention his name, but a term which the lady used, a term which a lady used, which apparently triggered the assault, triggered was, "I rebuke you in Jesus' name." Yeah, I rebuke you in Jesus' name. There was no need for that police to have gone into the property. There was no need for the police to feel threatened by water boiling on the stove. There's no need for him to pull that gun. There's no need for him to fire the gun. There's no need for him to pull the trigger. Yeah, definitely no need for him. You know, and I realize that there are certain words that these greetings. There are certain words that the social media don't like to use. They don't like when you use the terminologies that we use a lot. So we got to use words like unalive and all those sort of things. This is really crazy. You see, this is the world that I'm talking about that is being created. A world which is being created right before our very eyes by powers that be. And therefore, the things that we grew upon and the things that we knew, it is somewhat like taken to second place. And it's like one has got to conform. But there's a scripture in the Bible that says, "Be ye not conformed, but be transformed. Be ye not conformed, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind," as well. What do you think about that? Because there are many things that people are trying to get you to conform to the things in Paris, conform to the things that you weren't used to, the things that you weren't brought up with. Conform to. But one has got to be he transformed. Yeah? Be transformed. So this poor lady, Miss Sonia Massey, and everybody say call her name. And I think it is very important that her name is called Sonia Massey. I believe it is very important that justice is rendered to her. What do you think? Justice be rendered to her, justice be rendered to her family, because of course she's not going to feel it, but her family is going to be a recipient of such. That is very crucial and very powerful. Yeah. And when you see these things and you realize that, hey, the police were called, they were called to help this lady. Yeah, they were called to help this lady. That's what they were called to do, to help this lady, not to kill this lady. Yeah. So therefore, what are we talking about? We're talking about some devils. We're talking about some demons, or so. Things that many people don't want to talk about, things that people don't want to hear. You know, but it's a reality which is out there. You know, in this society and in this world that we live in. You know, this world that we live in. If this world was mine, it's powerful. You know, but anyway, um, I was hoping to get someone to speak about the Olympics and about the different persons who are going to be taking part in it from Jamaica. Um, someone just sent me something a while ago. It's about the team, the ladies team. The ladies team are apparently they're going to be Team Jamaica, 100 meter, Tia Clacton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson. That's a team for Jamaica. Paris woman, 200 meter, Nisha Berger, Sharika Jackson, Lane Tower Thompson. Let me see if I can let me see if I can put this on here. You know, let's see if I can get this bit up here. In 1 second. Da, 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 da. This morning I was in the park. This morning I was walking in the park and met some lovely Jamaican ladies there, and we're singing the song "Good Morning, Good Morning." And just really great, just really blending with the Jamaica flavor. Right in the park in the heart of the UK. That was really something which was really awesome, I must say. And the group is just called Just Be Walking Group. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Yep. Team Jamaica for Paris. Team Jamaica. So for the 100 meters, we've got Tia Clayton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson. That's for the 100 meters. That's 1, 2, 3. And for the 200 meter, we got Nisha Berger, Sharika Jackson, Lana Tava Thompson. Somebody I've not seen yet. I've not seen the person called Brianna. Brianna Williams or something. I haven't seen Brianna Williams. 400 meter, Janelle Brumfield, Nikisha Price, Stacey Ann Williams. And for the 800 meter, Natoya Gold Toppin, Adele Tracy for the 800 meter, Adele Tracy also for the 1500 meter. 100 meter hurdles, Jenny Brown, Akira Nugent, Daniel Williams. 400 meter hurdles, we got Rochelle Clayton, Genevieve Russell, Sheehan Salmon. And for the high jump, we got Lamar Diston. Long jump, Shanice Porter, Akela Smith, Shanika Ricketts. Yep. Shot put, Lodrika Cameron, Daniel Thompson Dodd, and discuss Samantha Hall, Nayoka Clunis, Tia Clayton, 4x100 meter. So the 4x100 meters, I was wondering who was going to be the fourth person. Tia Clayton, Shasha Lee Forbes, Shelly and Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson. And by the 4x400, you got Jonelle Brunfield, Stephanie Ann McPherson, Nakisha Price, and Stacey Ann Williamson. Hopefully, Shelly can get a gold medal since it's her last Olympics. Yeah, Shelly and Fraser. I hope she can get a gold. Yeah, that's correct. I hope she can get a gold, and let's hope that all of them can get to some gold. All of them can get some medals or so along the way. That's very awesome. But I'm looking forward to the break dancing. There's supposed to be some break dancing there. For the first time, we're gonna have break dancing in the Olympics, and that is supposed to be great, and that's supposed to be awesome. And maybe I can I get my soapbox get my speaker, my boombox, and get my cardboard and do some breakdance, spin on my head, you know, go back for old time's sake. 1985, rocking alive, part of people in the place to be. My name is Sid Owen. Listen to me on the microphone stand. Wrap up on the mic, and I'm the Dan. Yep, do some hip hop. But of course, you're not going body pop. It's more break dance. It's more on your face, more on your hands, and your hand spin, back spin, somersault, you know, and all those sort of things, suicide, and all these different things I used to do. It's like guys are taking me all the way back, way way back. Of course, when you reach to this point now in your age, when you hit your bone, you feel it a bit harder. When you're young, that was really cool. And that is the exciting thing. But hey, there's something really buzzing going on, buzzing, and that is we've got uh, what is it? Jamaica taking over everywhere you go, and what we have um, Kamala, Vice President. People say Kamala or Kamala. Kamala or what? Kamala, I don't know. Pronounce it either way, but Kamala Harris, a brethren cousin from Brownstown, Mark Harris' cousin. Yeah, she's actually being poised to run. Well, she's poised to run. She get the endorsements and everything to run for president of the United States of America, Vice President Kamala Harris. And the signs are looking that she's a person that is going to be the Democratic ticket. She's a person. Many are saying, well, not many are saying, some are saying that it is not, it is undemocratic, whereby you are now sort of imposing someone upon us. There's a process that takes place through the democratic thing. There's a process, and I just wonder, in a way, like in the UK, where they it's not sort of imposed but anointed Rishi Sunak to become the prime minister without going to the people. So therefore, for the vice president bit, well, for the ticket, people have got to go to the people first. Am I getting it right? People have got to go to the people first to get them to be the one for the nomination to run for the Republic and to run for the Democrats. But what is happening is that Kamala Harris is getting it, you know? And I just wonder if people are going to get so fed up with this whole democratic process and just say, I don't care. You guys just have your plans. You guys just all of a sudden, you all were saying Joe Biden is not great. Joe Biden, no, all of you are saying Joe Biden was great. Joe Biden is fantastic. Joe Biden is a man. Joe Biden is sound, sane, and everything. And then the next day, Joe Biden needs to resign. Joe Biden needs to step down. Joe Biden is not fit for purpose. Joe Biden's cognitive ability is on the decline. So therefore, were people telling truth or were they telling lie? And was Kamala Harris a part of that cover up with the press? All right. And it's very interesting what is happening there in America. And I bet you not, and I kid you not, that in the next few months, everything is going to be about America. Everything is going to be there. There's going to be lots of news which are going to get buried, lots of things which are going to be hidden, because all eyes are going to be focused on America. If this world was mine, and I go back to the song by Luther Vandross that says, if this world were mine, we've got to create our world, because if not, you'll be taken over by that world there, that world space, that space there, which is trying to take the people in a sort of way. Because when I think about politics, yeah, and when I think about the UK politics, when I think about the Jamaican politics, when I think about the United States politics, and in everywhere, it's about how does it impact you? What are the policies? How does the policies impact you? How does the policies impact your bank account? You know, I was looking at some of the policies, if anything, of Kamala Harris, and if I bring it up a bit bolder here, well, it won't be showing there. You know, Vice President of the United States supports and promote various policies that align with the broader agenda of the Biden administration, and therefore COVID-19 responses, vaccination campaigns. Harris has been an advocate for widespread COVID-19 vaccination, supporting efforts to increase vaccine availability and distribution. Well, I can say that I'm a pureblood. I never touched that thing at all. Never wanted that thing to touch me and my family, you know? So I'm totally against that. you know, people are ostracized for not for not getting the vax and everything like that. But hey, the world is out now, you know. Public health funding. She supports increased funding for public health infrastructure to improve the nation's ability. And why I'm saying this is that policies are supposed to be crucial. Policies, not race, not sentiments, not breaking ceilings or so. Policies are supposed to be this. What is the policy of Kamala Harris? What is the policy of Donald Trump? Economic recovery and jobs. American Rescue Plan. Harris backed the American Rescue Plan, which provided economic relief to individuals. But these are all these are all Biden um, policies in a way. And she fall in line with that. Now, what would be so very crucial is what is her policy? What is it that she's going to be crafted? And is it hers or is it given to her to front it? Climate change and environmental policy, climate actions, environmental justice, healthcare, Affordable Care Act, our support strengthening and expanding the ACA to increase reproductive rights. She's a strong advocate for women's reproductive rights, including access to contraception and abortion services. Police reform, measures to reform police practices, healthcare, Affordable Care Act, you know, immigration, pathway to citizenship, supports creating a pathway to undocumented immigrants and dreamers, voting rights. Harris support legislation like the For the People Act and the Joint Lewis voting, gun control. And I think why I'm saying this is that the the focus that one will have to have during this whole time is going to be the focus on the policies than personalities, because a lot of personalities is what is normally out there. Personalities. Yeah. Personality of this person, personality of that person, the charismata. But what about the policies? Policies are very crucial, you know? And then when you look at Trump, yeah, Trump has his policies as well. Yeah. Says uh where is Trump there? The 45th president of the United States pursued a variety of policies during his tenure from 2017 to January 2021. Overview of some of his key policies: economic policy, tax cuts and job acts. Trump signed a significant tax reform bill, deregulation, trade policy, immigration, border security. What he says: travel ban, implemented travel restrictions on citizens from several predominantly Muslim countries, which was later revised and upheld by the Supreme Court. DACA sought to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, which provided protection for undocumented immigrants brought to the US as children. Healthcare, foreign policy, America First. He's got this America First thing. Focus on prioritizing American interests in international relations. You know, um, and what do people think about that? You know, one wants to actually focus on the nation, focus on the citizens. Yeah, it's focusing on the citizens wrong. It's focusing on the because we're living in a world now whereby a lot of these first world countries, America, France, wherever, England, went into these countries and destabilized them, and then the people are actually finding out that they are living under some sort of um, tyrant regime. But were these tyrant regimes, were was it there before? But as a result of these intervention by the West, now these persons are coming to the West. I believe, like in the UK, when it comes on to immigrants and they're talking about the boat people, I believe that one of the things that need to be done and want to look at is how to actually assimilate, if that's the right word, assimilate, vet persons, see what they can actually give to the community, see what they can give to the nation. Yeah, because what is really happening now, and lots of people are reeling on this, is that the countries where lots of immigration is happening, they say it cannot be sustained. But one can't lick out against immigration. You know, one can't lick out against immigration because one is an immigrant in person. And the funny thing is that a lot of the persons now who are leaders around the world, they're all immigrants in a way, are products of immigration. But I think one of the key factors, which mustn't be sneezed at, is the fact that a lot of these countries are talking about illegal immigration. They're talking about the boat people and come in different ways whereby they try to get people by paying them. I remember I was with a case one time, some many years ago, with some Chinese snakeheads. There was 11 of them defendants. There were 22 barristers, senior and junior. There were outdoor clerks as well and solicitors. It's a massive, massive courtroom. And what it was that these guys, these snakeheads, they used to um, the families used to pay for their family members to come to the West. And then what the snakeheads would do, or the tribes equivalent, they would actually kidnap these persons and hold them, work them like a slave in a sense, until their families pay off or pay up from in China or whatever like that. That's what's happening, and that could be something which is happening, which is called people trafficking. So it is breaking the back of the people trafficking thing. Yeah. Trump talks about defense and military. Military funding increase the defense budget, judicial appointments. And why I'm saying this is because it is very crucial for policies. Policies must need must come forth. But when I put the picture up here, I'm going to put a picture here, and the picture you see is Kamala Harris in Jamaica color, ice green and gold. Yes, black. Yeah, man. Many people are saying she hasn't been really acknowledging her Jamaican roots, more East, more South Asian, Indian roots. But now everybody's saying, yes, I'm with her. I'm with her. But what are the policies? And that is a question that many people have to ask. What are the policies? But do I really matter? Does it really matter to Jamaicans? Does it really matter to persons who are not Americans or so? Or we are interested because of the excitement or because of the laughing. I do find Vice President Harris laughing very hilarious. I laugh because it's just friendly. Um, but you wonder how many people will enjoy that seat for the serious level without laughing. And then I also saw something else, and hopefully my good friend Oni may come on. I saw something else which was very important. I saw some of the big donors making claims onto the fact that they put in some big money or so, but in an indirect sense, they're actually telling they're actually telling persons what, one guy saying, I want to actually, um, you know, what he said, to fire this person or so from this because they are pumping their money. So it's like payback time. Payback time. Isn't it, Rosemary? Is it payback time? They want payback. They want those guys gonna throw money into payback in it.
Hi
Good evening. How are
everyone.
you?
Hi. I'm just joining in, so I have not heard the background of the conversation that you've been having, but a great evening to all of you. I'm sorry I could not have joined earlier.
Yes. No, welcome, welcome. I was just because I, I was waiting for a couple of persons, but I said, let me just go with the flow. The show must go on.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, show must go on. Yeah, I you're here, and I started talking about. Let's hold off Camilla for time being. I started to talk about the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
with the different persons, and I know you were trying to see if we could get someone on the ground to come in and to say what's happening, and I've got persons who are trying to get someone over there as well to try to
Right.
come in. But what's the mood like, and what's your, because you're involved with some Olympics. Um,
Right. I'm
what's,
talking with some of the athletes on WhatsApp, and they are very, very excited.
yes,
And naturally, for the start of the game yesterday, one or two of them were disappointed because not all of the athletes could have gone on the boat and
okay,
could have taken part in. And but I don't think it's only a case of Jamaica. I think it's also a case of many countries where all of the athletes could not have participated in the opening
on the boat
ceremony.
ride. Okay,
Right, because I guess, they were limited and so on. But I know that there's a good feeling in the camp. Everyone's getting ready.
yeah.
Naturally, the Jamaica House is gonna get started. I think it's on it starts, I'll check the date. The Jamaica House is gonna be going on. Starting,
And
I think, the second or on Monday. Let me double check to make sure.
they're gonna have
Because that's
Sheldon
a lot
again.
of activities.
They're gonna have Sheldon again. Sheldon.
Right. Yes. Let me tell you what the activities are like. For the Paris 2024 Olympics, the list of the Jamaica events are here, but the Jamaica House starts on the 3rd
Yes.
of August. And of course, you can view the races there. Um, you can look at the events that are going on there. There is also entertainment, etc. There's everything Jamaican. There is, apart from, the Jamaica House as everything
Yeah.
for you,
I
so you
think you
can
sent it.
stop
I think you sent. I think I saw you send it to me, and a lot of it was in French, and then you sent me some stuff
by.
again in German. I'm brushing up on my German. I'm brushing up on my
Yeah.
French.
No man, it's in English. And then it tells you where it's gonna be. It's right close to the stadium, actually right next door to the stadium. Even on that Sunday, the 4th, there's going to be an Independence Church service.
Mm.
You can view the races. Again, there's a reception, there's different Jamaican things to eat, etc. Entertainment on Monday. You have different things going on. And they tell you which races to view when. And this goes right up, until the big day is the 9th,
Yeah.
where Jamaica Day is going to be celebrated at Club 24 in Nanterre. This is also going to be the occasion when Nanterre will be pronounced, or launched as a twin city with Spanish Town in Jamaica. So there are huge festivities with the authorities in France, and in Nanterre, to be specific. Miss Marcia
Mm.
Bernard also informed me about that. Some of us are going to be heading over there. There is also going to be a reggae night concert with Julian Marley and Skip Marley and Luciano and David McCyril and so on. And on the Sunday, the 11th, there's a huge Jamaica gospel praise where a lot of our gospel singers are going to be in France. So not only
Yes.
culminating with, and they have a mass choir also, Kevin Downswell and
Yes.
different gospel groups that are going to be there. So, to round off then the end of it. But of course, a lot of exciting things in between, because on the 3rd is when we're supposed to be having the 100 meters. I think actually the finals is already then, right? The
Yeah.
Saturday. So quite a lot of events there. I think that's the women's finals first, and then the men's finals the next day, and so on. Lots of excitement. Everybody getting in their colors, their Jamaica colors, ready to celebrate. In
Mm,
fact, in my local newspaper, I think I sent you that article
yes.
where our it was featured that the team was in Stuttgart,
Yeah.
and that we are I've betted, I'm telling everyone that Kishin Thompson is gonna be the next fastest person
Oh,
in the
oh,
world. That
oh, why is America talking about this other person?
America, them don't have nothing else to do, man. It's Jamaica all the way. Our athletes,
What's his name?
like
Is
I was telling you
Lies
guys,
something lies or Lijon or something like that? Lesion?
Lijon, Noel Lyles, Silborn, you're calling the man lie.
Them lie, them
To be
lie.
honest with you, Jamaicans, we had this big discussion also about we're so accustomed to our athletes winning. And we're
Yes.
so, it's almost like we take it as a given that they're going to win. So the conversations I had with several of the athletes, and my conversation with them on WhatsApp also is also to let them know we appreciate you, we are
Yes.
praising you, we are loving you just for being an Olympian, even just for being there, and and
Yes.
and 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 and, and putting brand Jamaica at the top of what you're doing, because you're not just competing for yourself. They know it, that they are competing for their nation, a whole nation, plus all the fans from all over. It's a lot of pressure, but I
Yeah.
also talk to the ones that I do, that we appreciate them anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in preparing to win, that they also, it's sports, right? And it's athleticism. And so as everyone wants to win, but to know that we are going to celebrate them anyway,
Yeah.
just for being Olympians. And I think that's very important.
And I saw a video where this young lady was really um st- starstruck by meeting Shelly,
Yes.
and yeah. I'm just posting up this thing here about the Team Jamaica for Paris women. You didn't have one for the men, did you?
Yes, I do have one for the men. I think I sent it to you also,
Uh,
but I'll
uh,
send it.
I think you only send the female one
I'll
or so.
send the men. It's
Yeah,
coming over to you right now.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, so there you go. So it's a lot of excitement. And I mentioned this when we were in Stuttgart, the very first Saturday in the training, we had local German racing clubs where they were having a meet.
yeah,
Of their local competitors and so on. And it was amazing to see. I was speaking with Cheyenne. She's in, I think, the 100-meter hurdles or 400-meter hurdles.
mm,
And I was speaking with her, and you should see off to the side all of these German children and sports kids, so to speak, just waiting in the line, all acting all nervous. They want an autograph. Because they know these athletes, right? And
mm,
I looked to the side and saw them, and I said, "Would you like?" And they were like, "Hiya!" And of course, our athletes obliged quite gracefully. So I think the Jamaican colors and the Jamaican prowess at a lot of these events are known, Silborn, and they're great expectations.
yeah,
There are excellent expectations. There are how many medals to be won? What,
yeah,
20 or 20 something?
yeah,
Um, and we are in many events in the different categories with men and
yeah.
women. So we are
Well,
all excited. And a
well,
lot of Jamaicans are in France.
let's look at the Team Jamaica Paris for men. 100 meter Akeem Blake oblique Sewell and
Seville.
Kishan oblique Civil. Yeah, is Kishan Thompson? That's a fast guy.
That's the one from Mitchell Town, man. That's the
From
one that
Mitchelton.
win. I'm telling you, they challenged me in my town with this newspaper article that they did about our athletes and me being able to see them and so on. They challenged me to get a picture with the fastest man alive when it
You get it?
happens. So I have to head over to Paris. Tonight I was at an event. I was just at an event, and all of them are saying, Rose, we have to have that picture. We have to have a local person with the fastest
Yeah,
man.
but you know AI can create things, man. I can make it happen. I got a
No
picture
man
right
want
here.
the real thing. Silly boy. We have to make sure that it's the real thing, man.
Out there. So it's got the 200 meter with Andrew Hudson and Bran Livell.
Mm-hmm,
400
level.
400 meter Sean Bailey, Javon Powell, DeAndre Watkins.
So a
Uh,
lot of new names, a lot of
yeah,
young people coming up in the Silborn, and they're
so that I
all
recognize none
yes.
of these names. None of because wasn't what's his name was supposed to go there. Forget his name. He's been on social media a lot saying he's not being recognized by Jamaican or accepted by Jamaican. The Beast.
Oh, that other young man. But I
He,
think no, I don't think he's not on the team. He's
well,
not on
yeah,
the
there's none of them. There's none of the persons that we.
There's a lot of young blood. This guy Navaski Anderson, his brother is in another event. The other Anderson young man, I think
Yes,
he is he in another. It's two brothers.
Navaski
Uh,
Anderson.
yes, and um, Anderson is in the 800 meter.
Yes,
There's another Navatsky that took part in the Stuttgart race also.
yes.
Uh, so yes,
Okay, and then when we look at the woman version, because Shelley and Fraser, she's actually carrying the can on this one as well, isn't it? Her last one,
yes,
she's supposed to get
she is.
some serious
She is.
medals. Is
She's a captain. She's one of the captains, along with Yona Knight Campbell. Yona Knight, I met in Berlin when he
uh,
was doing his diving, and only myself and the Jamaica Tourist Board director, Gregory Shervington, we were there with our flags, and Yona came and took pictures with us afterwards. Now we're there talking to Yona, and I'm so excited about this diver. It's everything so phenomenal. He goes down to Jamaica. He tries to do diving sessions with the children, the ones that can't afford it, and swimming classes normally. And he has been pushing to have the facilities at the stadium be improved, so that they can do more. That he could train the kids more, and from some of these areas where it would not be normally affordable. And I thought to myself, wow, he is the captain now. He was so happy when we were there to cheer him on. So he's the captain now with Shellyanne. And I think it's fabulous. Shellyanne is doing her what, fourth or fifth Olympic.
oh wow, wow! I think Nike has a banner for her in their place or something like that. Yeah, it says so.
Yes,
100 meter.
yes. At
Yeah,
their
mm,
offices,
mm.
yes.
So 100 meter, Tia Clayton and Shelly and Fraser Price and Sherika Jackson.
Right.
What's her name? Couldn't make it because she's not that well, or others.
No, I think she had an injury, and she was not able to qualify apparently, or she qualified but will not be able to participate.
Yeah,
The current champion, the current title holder.
yeah, and you got Nisha Berger. They're all new names except for Shelly and well,
Sherita.
persons who are in the field who know that might recognize
Right,
these
would know
names.
that
Yeah,
they have been around.
yes,
Right, know that they've been around. Tia Clayton, she's fantastic. I think she's her sister is also a runner, and she's gone now pro. We have Janelle Bromfield in the 400 meters. Nikisha Price, she's
yes.
been running quite a bit. Nikisha Price just won in London, also correct. She
Okay,
won in the London Diamond League last weekend, the 400 meters also. and
yes,
of course Stacey and Williams. There are some new, the names. 800-meter Jamaica has someone this time in again in the
yeah,
1500 meters, Adele Tracy. And then when you look at the hurdles, I mean, and the 100-meter hurdles, and also the 400-meter hurdles, I met the lady Cheyenne Salmon.
yeah.
She was there that day at the training. Girls, them ready, man. Them doing them training and ready to perform. And of course, high jump, long jump, triple jump. We have three
Mm.
persons in the female triple jump. Shot put, two persons, right? Discus, hammer
So now,
throw.
so now what are you doing the break dance, man? I could have done the break dance. I could have entered for the break dance.
You mean
Should
the
have asked
break
me. I
dance
would
or
have.
the kin? I'm still born. You mean the break dance or the kin pupalik?
No, Kimberly. No, I'm talking real breakdance, man. I mean, when I look at these guys, them doing the breakdancing, I was watching them leading up to it, and it just bring me right back because those are the stuff I used to do. Spin on my
Yeah,
neck, windmill, and spin, and all those sort of things there. You know what I mean? I just really take me
yeah,
back to those times. You know what I mean?
yeah.
What's your? Have you got any predictions? I mean, I was trying to get
I'm
someone.
predicting. I'm predicting that we're gonna take the 100 meters women,
Uh-huh.
and we're gonna take the relay also. We're gonna do the 100 meter. It's gonna be Jamaica for the 200 meter. It's gonna be gold.
Mm,
And the relays we're gonna take for the women, the 4x100. It's gonna be ours. With the men, we're gonna deliver the fastest man in the 100 meters. And we're also going to take away, we're going to be competing with the US. As long as no baton, no drop, and no accident like that happens,
yeah,
I feel that we're going to also be doing that with the 100 meters. Talking to some of the athletes like Jahil White and so on,
yeah.
400 meters hurdle, I have great confidence. They're really mentally and prepared. And I think if everything goes right, and if them
Mm.
getting them dumplings and them yam in Paris, and them getting the right vibe, they're gonna deliver.
Is Usain Bolt there? Of course, Usain Bolt must
Of
gone
course
there.
he's of course he's there. I'm
Yeah.
amazed that last night he was not in the program,
Mm.
or maybe he wasn't there. I don't know, but he of course he's gonna be there.
Yes, yes. No, that's awesome, and I'm
A little
sure.
birdie told me that he's gonna be there.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I'm sure that's going to be there as well. Um, just to move on a bit from it.
Yes.
Was there any new developments regarding the Hurricane Pearl? I mean, is what's
Yes,
what's the
actually,
prognosis on that
I
now?
would
Because
I
yeah,
would love to share some things with that with you actually. I was speaking today with Dr. Rosalie Hamilton,
yes,
and I'm sure you know that Dr. Hamilton has been totally involved in what's been going on with Hurricane Beryl, its impact on Jamaica. And let me explain to you
mm,
um, what the partnership is with in terms of taking care of what's going on with Hurricane Beryl.
Pearl, yeah,
Um, Jamaica, as you know, I'm sure you heard of the impact,
yeah,
Silborn, and I'm sure you heard of the 250 roads affected, the fallen trees, limited access to clean water, 160,000 people, including 37,000 children, require humanitarian assistance after reporting extensive damages to their homes.
mm,
Livelihoods in southeastern Jamaica, especially in Clarendon and St. Elizabeth, have been badly disrupted. Estimated damage to agricultural sector is Jamaican 4.7 billion,
mm,
approximately US 30 million. I'm sure you've heard of the impact to the various areas in very specific cases where hospitals and health centers in North and South Clarendon and St. Elizabeth have been declared non operational.
Yeah.
Many areas are still without clean water, electricity, and people are seeking temporary shelters in
Mm.
poor condition areas. Without water and electricity, many businesses are forced to shut down, resulting in limited access to food and other necessities. And roads remain unsafe for commuting due to fallen trees and destroyed power cables. And I'm talking
Yeah.
about the latest update that we have. Flooding
Mm.
caused by burial increased risk of water and vector-borne diseases such as dengue and leptospirosis. Now, what's happening? Well, the Lasker Chin Foundation has partnered with the JWN Foundation, with the
Mm.
Sandals Foundation, the New Testament Church of God, the Operation Save Jamaica, Sixthorpe Methodist Church, and the Soroptimist International Jamaica, and other
Yeah.
partners to provide care packages for the affected areas. Now, just to let our viewers know that 2 days after the impact of Hurricane Beryl, the Laskochin Foundation partnered with the JWN Foundation to provide relief care package support to 400 families in Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, and Kingston. I must say that I'm very proud to have been a
Mm.
part of that. 1 week later, 300 more relief care packages were distributed. Let me tell you that Dr. Rosalie Hamilton went on the ground with the largest part of these deliveries, right?
Yes.
She broke it down about the dates when what was done on July 10th and 11th. Sandals Foundation partnered with Laskochin Foundation, Operation Save Jamaica New Testament Church of God in distributing 550 relief care packages to families in Clarendon and coastal areas.
Mm.
So there's this care package reach that we want to tell you about, that 1 week after Hurricane Beryl, and there's everybody collecting and doing and discussing and talking about who's supposed to get what. Well, guess what? Dr. Rosalie Hamilton and the Lasker Chin Foundation and their partners, 1 week after they had already collaborated with partners and distributed 1,415 relief care packages, and that
Yeah.
has food, different things in it, and benefiting more than 4,000 people stillborn in
Yeah.
25 communities who were really negatively impacted by the hurricane. And we have a list of the communities down to pat that benefited, and we know how many people in those communities benefited. This is what taking care
Of
of
the.
people who need help looks like. And that is why I would love to make sure that the Lasker Chin Foundation, get some support. Now, let me tell you, Silborn, what is the greatest news? You
Yes.
might want to know, what are the next steps?
Yes.
The next steps has to be the support for the women and children, right? And they recognize the disproportionate impact of climate events, right? So they now we have they're partnering with Blink Sky Foundation in providing 400 more relief care packages for single mothers
Mm.
who have been significantly impacted. So you see, the identification of those in need, and really spearheading who gets what,
What?
the ones that need it. That's a lot of work, but it's being done. Distribution to the beneficiaries is expected to start during the week of July 22nd, of course. That has
Aside.
already started, yes.
Okay.
Micro and
Can
small.
I? But can I just ask, like what you're reading there now,
Mhm.
where those people get? Okay, like I commissioned on the other day, and the I commission set out how people could have support, and how people could contribute in different ways, contribute
Right.
by sending equipment, contribute by financial or whatever. Are there ways that can be shared as to how people can support? And the key thing, what you have done and what you're saying, is that you're actually showing a level of transparency at the same time,
Yes,
which is
yes.
what a lot of people want to see.
Yes. Stillborn, I'm going to send you the information before
Yeah,
the show is out tonight
yeah,
so that they know how to go to Laska Chin Foundation, and it breaks it down. It
yeah,
says, what do you want to contribute to? The packages for the family, for the single mother. But the
yeah,
biggest thing that's coming out of this is these communities are devastated. And the biggest thing that's going to come now is the support for community based businesses. And we
yes,
call them the CBDs. Now, I'd love to explain to listeners how this is going to
please.
work. Micro and
Yeah,
small community based businesses have been devastated. Now, after a preliminary assessment, representatives of the New Testament Church, we are listening to the church
yes,
of God, identified 68 shops across 21 communities in Clarendon and St. Elizabeth that were negatively impacted by Hurricane Beryl. Your shops, your cook shop is where everybody go for something warm, right?
yes,
Um, what Laskachin did was prepare a rapid assessment questionnaire. And Now this is going out to people in the communities and the church to find out, for their little corner shops and cook shops, what the real damages are.
mm,
And so that we can get these up and running. LASCA will provide food and other necessary items to members of these affected communities so that once it is up and running, people can get some food or something warm, because a lot of people do, the electricity still is not back in some areas, right? And
yes,
then this is not only going to work for this time. If the cook shops are built back stronger, then there's going to be that motivation agreement that whenever such a disaster strikes again,
mm,
because it's communities that have to work together for their own survival. Like the
yes,
one man when we're catching that alligator, they're
yes,
catching that alligator that was loose to make sure it didn't hurt anyone in the community, not just one person. So I think even in Dr. Hamilton did an article about facing all these things with climate change coming from the community, of them working together, binding together. If somebody don't have food, and the cook shop was given assistance to be built back, and also would be able to get porridges, things like that, then guess what, there's a warm meal, right,
mm,
for that particular community. So we can't wait till the big thing. You see all the big donations that coming, and the counselors getting and who not getting, and weeks later, by the time everything is to be decided, and who forget what and who not get, we're saying that the real help on the ground is going through these partnerships with the community, with the churches,
yes,
and with a visionary organization like the Lasco Chin Foundation and its partners, to make sure that you can't wait to give people food. When they're
yes,
hungry, they need their milk, they need something, so it's going in. So I'm encouraging people to
yes.
donate to the Laska Chin Foundation. Dr. Hamilton is this evening on the ground, I think in St. Elizabeth.
A
They're
pity. It's a
working
pity.
on the
It's a pity.
cookshop.
It's a pity I couldn't get her alive like how I got her alive one time
You
when
know
you were
what?
doing
We
the
could
episode.
I could try. We could even try afterwards. You have her connection. She
Yeah,
said
yeah.
we could
But
try
I
to
sent
see,
her the
and
link. I'd send her the link to see if she could, if she can even.
right, if she can, because sometimes where they are,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do not
yeah.
have you don't have the
Floor the
connection,
thing,
right?
connection properly. Yeah,
So yeah, Lasco is saying rapid reconstruction and recovery for community-based businesses. That's how they want to work on it. Restructuring and restoring the cook shops, and repairs to shops, especially the roof repairs, restocking basic supplies, especially water, right? To the shops, financial assistance and advice, and other assistance where required. So that's what they're going after now, to make sure that this is going to be done. They need urgent support, and I'm going to send there's an email, there's a WhatsApp also,
yeah,
Silborn. I'm gonna cut that out and send it to you. Oh, and there's even a scan, something you can scan. I had
yes.
it here. I should have done it earlier.
You know, you
Let
know,
me
you know.
send it.
Yeah, what would be so great to have is like what should I say, like a flow chart. You know,
Yes.
setting out all the different umbrellas, the different groups are so on how it all
I have
linked.
that. Actually, I have that, and I can send it to you.
Yeah,
Because Dr. Hamilton, well, not with the different groups, but the different partners. I send my money to Lasco Chin because I know where it's going. When I buy my bags and say, please, in this community, I see it being delivered. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? That level of transparency, it that builds only trust,
yeah,
right? And when you contribute to it because you believe in the projects and how they're doing it, you know, that in of itself. So I do support them. I'm not saying that there aren't other groups that you can support in Jamaica, but this is the group that I can speak about and vouch for
yeah,
because of our years of partnership with Dr. Hamilton and knowing that she has integrity.
yeah,
And this is
yeah.
someone with transparency, and she knows it. Every I is dotted and the T crossed. And
Mm,
you know that the money is going to the community, to where the help is needed, etc. I'm gonna send this to you with because there's a QR code that can be scanned,
yes,
Silborn, so that your listeners who are interested, and I implore everyone, if you really want to help and want to, be able to see the progress of your assistance being given, then please
yes.
support the Laska Chin Foundation and the work of Dr. Rosalie Hamilton in relation with all the other organizations that they're assisting, that are assisting them. Silborn, I'm also
Mm,
sending you the whole document. You said it would be nice to see you know, the whole thing, and
yes.
here I've sent it to you. You have to break it down, but the first page is with the contacts and so on. It's great to
Yeah.
see work going on, Silborn, and help being delivered to the people where it's needed.
Mm. And what else? One other thing which I'm just going to show this here with the QR code which you have shown. I'm sure that persons can actually. I put it up there now. That
Hmm.
persons are able to. You should be able to get the QR
Yeah,
code.
man. Let me double check it to see.
I'm gonna do it.
Yes,
To check it.
yes.
I'm gonna
You just put your phone on the camera and put it up there,
Oh
and
yes. Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
it works. It works. And if you
Mhm.
if they don't know,
There it
or
is.
they can't remember, just remember Lasco Chin
Yeah.
Foundation.
There it
Yes,
is.
thank you.
So
Yes,
therefore,
yes,
I leave it there for persons that can tap into it. So there's a QR code for urgent support, and
yes.
um, and the QR code. If anyone can just take the QR code, that would be awesome as well.
Right.
And
The support is urgently needed.
and I'll just also flag it up here also on TikTok. Yeah,
Right, right.
there it is
Thank
on
you so
TikTok. There
much.
people can actually reach into it, and the telephone number is there 876. Well, the WhatsApp 2768950, and the email is info at lascochinfoundation.org, and all the details there. That's really awesome there.
Yes,
I think it's really cool actually, very cool
yes.
with the QR code there, and the fact that I actually
Right,
worked it
right.
myself here, so people can
Yes.
actually see that for themselves and utilize it because
Right.
you
Silborn,
know
can I
I
make a
saw
suggestion?
sorry,
No, I'd like to also make a
go ahead.
suggestion. That document that I sent you with what has been done so far and where it has been done and the communities and the whole breakdown of it. If anyone would love to have it, I would love for them to know that they could get it from you or from me, or
Okay,
that it's available, that we will send to them and show them what has been done so far and what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? So it really
yes,
is excellent, and an excellent follow up, also an information, right? Information is transparency, right? So you know what's going
yes.
on, and that it's the facts. So 100%, and I must
I,
commend them.
I tell you that the awesome thing is that I can actually I opened it a while ago and I realized that I can actually show it to a certain extent,
Yes,
I
yes.
can.
Go ahead.
Where is it? There it is. Just short a bit. There it is. And can you see? Can you see it there? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So the Lascaux Chin Foundation. Wow, this is awesome. This is really beautiful. Lascaux
yes.
Chin Foundation respond to impact of Hurricane Beryl. About Hurricane Beryl, this designated strongest and fastest. Beryl became there. There's the information. So therefore, anyone wants it, you can just message me.
And it
Caribbean
shows a
impact.
Caribbean impact, shows a Caribbean impact, and then it zones in on the Jamaican impact. And then it says what is being done, what has been done, and what is being done and what will be done, what the strategy is. And that's what I really liked about the intelligent approach at the
Yes,
grassroots level to the very basics. Maybe there's some people, some funds that are thinking to do whatever.
yes,
We're
yes,
just thinking of letting people get back on their feet, have
yes,
a meal, etc., and to go forward. And I think as you go further down, you will see, if people should take some time and really look at it, and to inform yourself, about what it is
yes,
you're supporting. And I think I'm
yes,
really very attracted to this. And again, I said there's integrity in the program,
yes,
and there's also it's transparent,
yeah.
and it's well
Yeah.
planned.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm with Rosemary uh, Francis Binder from Germany, and I'm in the UK here, and we're just talking about the barrel's impact on Jamaica and the Caribbean. I was just going through it. So those on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and especially on YouTube, for persons, you can go over onto YouTube after, and you can see the full shebang there. Um, Facebook, you are okay, you can see that, but for TikTok and Instagram, you have to go over onto the YouTube channel. So you see the barrel's impact on Jamaica there, which has been shown. Um, there's JWN Foundation, Sandals Foundation as well.
These
Care
are the
Package
partners, yeah, that LASCO
Package
uses.
Reach, yeah.
And
25
these are the
communities.
villages, these are the places, yes.
Yes, yes. And there's Professor Rosalie.
Yes, man, she drives around, they drive around with a
Wow.
loaded van and truck, and yes,
So advocacy comes in all different forms, isn't
in
it?
all different forms. And it's
Mm,
really reaching out, advocating for assistance, and doing it by example, doing it by
yes.
example.
Yes, yes. Well. That's great. Thanks for that, and for that helpful information there. Everybody, one cocoa full of basket, and
Yeah,
while the Olympics is going on at the same time, well, people have to still remember that the aspect of Jamaica, which is still even without power. I'm
yeah.
hearing a friend of mine messaged me and said, "Boy, still burn. I haven't got power, And boy,
Mhm.
some JPS guys asked me to pay money.
Wow. That's corruption right there.
Yeah.
Silborn, a very important point I'd like to mention
Mm,
is that I was somewhere, and everybody knows it's just like so many things are happening in Jamaica right now. As you
mm,
know, we're dealing with the racers coming down to train on the weekend. We're dealing with the Olympics. We're dealing with an Independence Day celebrations coming up.
yes.
We're dealing with Jamaica Day in France. We're dealing with so many things, but there are some friends of Jamaica that are saying to us, we know that people are hurting. We know that you are still struggling with the burial situation. How can we help? And what I do, I just show them this QR code. I say,
Wow.
this is what I support, and this is what I'm encouraging you to support right now. So please go
Yeah.
ahead,
Yeah.
donate, support,
Yeah.
and keep track online of
Yeah.
what they're doing, because there are
Mm,
frequent updates as to where
yeah.
things stand. So
Well,
I would
actually,
suggest
yeah.
that.
Actually, I'm gonna ask my people to put it on my website
Yes,
with
please.
burial. Funnily, I just realized it's strange that the website doesn't have something for burial. Actually, I need to do that ASAP.
Please, we would love to
Yeah.
have you support Silborn with this. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. But listen. there's something big which is happening as well. You know, I have to touch you. We have
All
to touch
kind of
on
big
this
things
one.
happen. Everything big.
Every, everything bigger happened in Jamaica, right? But there's something big happening in Jamaica, and here it is. Here she
Mamala.
is. You know, you know.
Boy,
Here it
aren't we excited? I tell you, all kind of excitement going on.
is. So what's your take on what's going on? What's your take on this development?
Well, Silborn, it's funny that you're asking me. Maybe I shouldn't be the one you're asking, but I've had a lot of respect for
Yeah.
Vice President Harris for a
Yes.
very long time. In fact, all her posts and positions and things that she's done, she has been voted into those positions, right? And she has done tremendously well. This is
Mm,
a woman that took on the banks, the powerful, mighty, all power banks in America, and she won.
mm.
And
Was that was
she
that was that being the vice president or before that?
No, that was we're talking about her resume, right? Now,
Development. Yeah,
being
yeah,
the vice president, I think it's very hypocritical when people say, "Well, what has she been doing?" We haven't seen her. Well, that has been the role of the vice president. From in Jamaica, we say from Wapi Kill Philip,
yeah.
because this, you stay behind the president. You are pretty much not seen to be stronger than the president. But she's been working on a lot of things, and I tell you, some of the things she's been working on. She's been working on.
And also, if anything happens, they separate her from the president right away, and she in the background. Therefore, if anything happened,
Exactly.
so therefore,
But she
the,
but she's ready because she
Herbert, how are you? Yeah,
in every meeting. She sits in every meeting with him. And she is a very intelligent woman. Also, she has compassion. There's so many things that's in her that's not in that other orange candidate, which I think a lot of people like to. Sorry, I would not like to offend anyone. But let's just say that Miss Harris, Vice President Harris, she has been working on especially women's affairs. As we see Road
mm,
versus Wade being turned over, as we
mm,
see that the American government is focusing on regulating and managing and dabbling in women's uteruses and what
mm,
their reproductive rights are, forgetting that men are a
mm,
part of it too, because I think anyone who wastes sperm should be sent to jail because they are wasting millions of lives. How about that?
mm.
Do we have
Herbert,
anyone
Herbert, are you
coming?
there?
Because guess what?
I'm
And
alright.
and,
I'm
and
alright.
I'm just
Uh,
saying how ridiculous it all is. So she is ready. And I think American women, let's just say white American women, are ready to stand up for having the right to choose about their bodies. It's not to say, that if one has access to an abortion, that they will do it. It's just to say if you need it, it's not
Just
illegal.
in
And
case.
people are missing that point. So I think that now is the time, and I hope that this new sense of hope and vibrance and friendliness and all things decent
mm,
that's coming up. She's not a birth mother. JD Vance, with his ignorance, was saying that, all these cat women without children, like, because she didn't bear or has born her own children, she can't be a mother. The ex-wife of her husband came out and said, hey, stop,
mm,
because we all parent, all three of us,
yeah.
and we're doing the best, and it's
and and
working.
and, and also
The children
without
came
us not
out.
knowing, but sometimes women sometimes have issues whereby they're not able to give birth, and
Right.
is a very sensitive area, which, as a matter of fact, is an area which is not touched. It's an untouchable area, like that movie called Untouchable. You shouldn't really touch that area. Nobody should touch that area. You should leave it as it is. You know what I mean? Herbert, are you there?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what are you saying? You're
Hi,
saying something.
Herbert. Hi.
Usually, I think the Republicans are. um, going into areas they shouldn't be going into. I think they'll probably be telling women, um, you see a period last month, saying you're supposed to see it this month, and um,
Some crazy stuff.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I think they have they have committed suicide by overturning Roe v. Wade, and
Yes.
is forcing doctors not to perform abortion, and even telling women that they should feel honored if they're raped and got
That's
pregnant by
not
the rapist.
Herbert. It's not only telling them, they go to jail if they are found. They can be prosecuted if they have been found to guilty of doing an abortion. It's now a crime, and
Mm,
doctors are being
Yes,
forced. Exactly.
mm. Do you think with what's happening now, there's going to be a period of time where the focus will be on policies? Because a lot of the policies which Kamala Harris is involved with or entwined with are the policies of Biden, isn't it? Because of course she has to
Well,
be.
well, well,
well,
Um,
well, well. Maybe Herb should answer first, and
yeah,
then I'll answer.
yeah,
I think it's it's the role of the vice president to mirror that of the president,
exactly.
right? Even though she'll be coming with her own mix too, the policies,
Right,
okay?
right.
And for 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 the for the other side, what they're proposing in that Project 2025 document, that 900-page document, is to bring America back into the 1800s,
Middle
where
Ages.
women
It's
and people of
crazy.
color will have no right to be living in America.
It's
Is it
crazy.
is
I
I
is
think,
think
yeah,
everyone should
is
try
is
to
it
read.
is it that as you said it about Project 25 2025? Is it
yes,
is
It's
it is it?
murderous. It's a horrible
yes,
it's
Mm,
still.
it
Uh,
is. It is draconian.
Let me tell you one of the things in Project 2025. Oh, by the way, I'd just like to comment if Herb is finished for the
yeah,
moment about Kamala and her coming into her own, and then I'll
yeah.
probably say something about Project 2025. Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, has her own opinions and her own takes on major issues. Vice President Harris did not meet with Benjamin Netanyahu.
She
Um,
didn't meet with him.
she didn't meet with him in
Yes,
public.
she,
That public thing. She met with him
yeah,
in a
in
private
private.
meeting, but she boldly said Israel has the right to defend itself,
Mm,
but not with thousands of innocent Palestinian children dying
at the
daily.
same time.
Right. They've got to find another way to do it. And she was strong about it. I could have cried. And she said, you have to think about this two-state solution. We got to go back there because guess what? There will never ever be any true peace for Israel if the Palestinian people
Not settled somewhere.
Don't have
are
peace.
not settled, if they're not having their own place to live too. And nobody wanted to touch it like that, right? And she stood there. I watched her eyes when she was talking, and she knows that she's going to get a lot of opposition about it. But she stood there. She did it because she knows she can defend it and she can pull people together to work on it, because I feel that that's going to be something that's going to define her presidency, that she wants to see, that the war stops, that the innocent lives and the genocide, yes, I call it a genocide that's happening right now,
I call it a genocide too.
Mm,
it's a genocide. Now, in relation to Project 2025, which
yeah.
many reputable Christian organizations have signed up to, penning that document. It is, if America, so happy I don't live in America, but my
Mm,
family lives there. That's why it matters. And because a lot of things that happens there, it's like a testing ground to see how horrible it can be and to see if it will work in Europe. Now, Let me just pick one thing or two things out of
Yeah.
it. Let's just say
I'm just
20.
I'm just reading it while you're talking, and yeah, I just pull it
Yeah,
up.
it's crazy. Look at this
Yeah.
stuff on education. Do you know that they want to get rid of
Sorry, I
all
lost it there.
education? The
I
church
lost.
is gonna then take over. Oh, they want to educate. My God.
Mm.
So we have one religion, everybody is a Christian, right? Um, and I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? And to be dividing people because some people are more deserving than others, and some people are actually not people. When I read through 2020 that document, it's like only certain people are humans, the others aren't. When
Yeah,
you read, I
yeah.
mean, that's so
So
dangerous.
it's going back to that period of time whereby some people were deemed to be part humans.
Let me tell you
The slavery.
something. I would like Vice President Kamala Harris to become President Kamala Harris so we can burn up the 900 pages there. Put it
Mm.
in a one
Oh,
square and just light fire upon it.
Silburn, remember I told you Thursday night that the Republicans, their heads are just for campaign purposes, right?
And
These
okay.
these are issues I was referring to
Mm.
where they haven't learned from 2020. Now, this evening, Donald Trump told Christians in a rally
To,
meeting
Tolu,
that Christians,
Tolu.
he was
Oh,
meeting with some
Christian.
Christians
Yes.
that vote for him now because this is the last time they will vote.
Vote for him now because this is the last time that they will
Yes,
vote. Is that what you're saying?
in America.
Where did
Because
that come
That
from?
means
What?
he
he'll
will
be the
suspend the
dictator.
Constitution.
Because what?
He will suspend the Constitution and extend his term in office just like what Putin did back in 2000.
Yeah, Silborn, you laugh.
No,
Silborn, you're
I'm
funny.
laughing. I'm laughing because one of the
Right?
things that I do, one of the things that I do sort of understand, and I realize that successive American presidents recognize this, and it has happened to Obama, it has happened to Clinton, it has happened to even Trump, that the president is subject to the presidency. Are we the president is subject to the presidency? So
Right.
therefore, they can say all. I hear what you're saying, Herbert, and stuff like that, but certain things within the American fabric can't happen. That's why you got the CIA, you got these different arms
No,
which
but
are
it
there.
can happen. No, Silborn,
Oh,
it
Silver,
can happen no
Silver.
because the Supreme Court
Yes.
just gave him the judges that he hired, just gave him the permission to do whatever he wants to do, and
No,
Exactly.
he
no, what,
cannot
no, no,
cross
Exactly.
no,
it.
what they said is that he's got some what's the right word? What's
Immunities.
Silver.
immunity in certain. Wait, hear me out, hear me out. He's got immunity in certain areas, but what I'm not getting and what I'm not hearing is the fact. What I'm not seeing is this blase thing whereby Trump is gonna. I understand there's hate towards Trump, but what I understand is that the presidency is has more power than the president. The president is subject to the presidency.
Yes, Silborn.
Yeah,
However,
Not in this case, Silver.
when you have a president who
yeah.
decides that all of a sudden election results are now illegal because he feels that way because he
But
hasn't
it didn't.
won.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Right, it didn't
He,
happen, but look what he tried to do.
Silver.
he
It could have.
tried. That's the thing. This is the point I'm trying to say. He tried to do these things, but it didn't happen. It shows that the president is subject to the presidency.
Right.
Even,
Yes, you have a point,
Silver.
Silborn.
yeah, that's the
And
point
in
I'm
the
trying.
process of doing that,
Silver.
Hold on,
Listen.
Herbert.
Listen.
Hold on, Herbert. I hear what. Just hold on for a
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
because this is going over into something where somebody listening and going to say, "Boy, some serious conspiracy theory was going on," whereby they are saying that Trump is going to suspend the Constitution and Trump is going to actually make America just like Putin, like Russia. I mean, are we? What are we talking about here?
well,
Maybe,
Silborn.
maybe thinking is there.
But
Maybe,
guess what, Silborn? He has
yeah,
lined up. He has
yeah,
lined up the people to make it happen. Let's look
yeah,
at it. Let's look at it.
yeah.
Remember when he said that he didn't want Muslims to come into America? Remember how people laughed and thought it was the stupidest thing? And then guess what? that monster that he had who was advising him, all of them,
Yeah.
they literally were putting through rules to make sure that it happened, and they did.
But the Supreme
People were
Court.
being turned back from and he, I mean, and when you talk about hate, and people love to hate Trump, Trump has made it so clear, and so he has done so many things to make people have no choice but to. However, nobody is spreading hate. Nobody is saying this is politics, right? And you have to look at the candidate, and America has to decide how they want to be governed. Of course, the rest of us have sleepless nights when we think about what was going on. For example, in COVID, I watched every single day and news release of COVID. Let me give you an example.
Yeah. And
When
then Herbert
COVID
coming.
happened, when
Yeah.
COVID happened, Silborn,
Uh,
all of Germany, all of Germany sat and waited on Mrs. Merkel to speak.
mm,
When Mrs. Merkel spoke, everybody that I knew followed what she said. Everyone that I knew. It was without question. This is our leader. She's done the research, the background, and she addressed us and she told us what to do. And the whole of we do it.
mm,
Because guess what? We know the kind of leaders we elect here. Someone once said to me, the thing about Germans is that they might, there might be the Nazism and all of that. But
uh,
guess what? Germans will never in our lifetime elect a clown.
mm,
Now, when I looked at American
Correct.
situation, you know how many nights I went to bed crying, all telling people to drink bleach, telling the doctor who's sitting down there making it look like you know more, and it affected people's lives. So it's not like he just tried stillborn. A lot of things happened that cost people their lives
mm.
because of what he did. 100%.
Yeah. 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 Herbert, you're saying. Herbert. I think he's driving
Oh,
at
Yes,
the same time.
no, Herbert is there.
Yeah.
Silburn. You see, when Trump, right, people brushed off and said, that's just Donald Trump. He's not a typical politician and he's speaking the truth, right? However, words have consequences, serious consequences,
Yeah.
Mm.
Far forwards. Yeah.
right? Trump has a following. Trump has a following, and it's not a normal following.
Mm,
They're like a pack of wolves, where, or let me say, animals in the wild. One animal is in charge, and once that animal moves, they all follow. Trump is not going to do, but he gaslight people, tell them to do things, and he backs out of it. How many lawyers have lost your license because of Donald Trump? How many people are in prison because of Donald Trump?
How many people
We
are in
have
prison
to
because of
take a deep dive.
Kamala Harris?
But that,
Where she was doing her
no,
job.
no, 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 no,
She
no.
was doing her
No,
job.
Kamala
I
was
just
doing
showed
her
it.
job as
I
a
just showed
prosecutor.
I just showed that one out because people
No,
are saying it.
and it's not thousands stillborn. It's false. When they said that thousands were imprisoned and black men and what they were 40 at the
Uh,
most.
yes, yes.
So
Silver,
everything you have I'm happy that we all go back and
Hello?
try to check that.
I must say that I'm not won over yet by any of these American thing which is happening now,
Michelle,
whether by
Michelle,
Trump or whether by Kamala, because one of the things I keep seeing a lot is this personality and this what should I say, charisma a bit, and what is seemed to be lacking. And I pull up some policies of Trump and I pull up some policies of thingy there, Kamala, and of course Kamala policies are not in place as yet. What she's actually doing, as someone said earlier, she's mirroring Trump, Biden until she steps into her own. That's why she have her,
those
her
things
Trump.
are
Her,
working. They're
her,
working for millions of American people.
I'm sorry.
Because some of those policies are working and have worked for millions of American people.
Yeah, yeah. But the point I'm trying to say is that she still has not come into her own yet, and sharing her policies. What we are seeing a lot right now is her mirroring Biden or using her, the whole persecuting the felon, you know,
As he is,
policy,
he's a criminal.
yeah,
That man
policy.
is a criminal, a rapist, a racist. People died
Is
because of him.
is he a rapist?
Of course, he said that all those women said it. And they proved him that he sexually assaulted those
As
women.
he
It's
as
just that
he
nobody's talking about it.
was he found in a court of law that he's a rapist?
Of course, they told him that he sexually
No,
assaulted that woman.
no. Was he found in a court of law that he was a rapist?
I'm not. I don't know if they explicitly said that he
No,
raped.
no. What did the court?
Sexually assaulted.
No. It's a legal thing I'm talking about now. I know that he was charged, and
I know
I know
that
he was. No, wait. I know he was convicted for the bit with that lady there and the money stuff and thing like that, right?
But he
But
was also for the other lady in the
no,
department store that he
but
groped. Yes,
but
that's the one who wrote the book.
was
Not
he
Tommy
convicted?
Daniel.
Was he convicted as a
He was
rapist?
found guilty.
As
He
a
has
he
not
rapist?
been
was,
convicted. They
he
didn't send him to jail
he
yet,
is
but they
an
found him guilty.
adjudicated rapist.
No. Was he convicted as a rapist?
No, Silver. This was a civil trial.
No. I'm asking a simple question.
No. And
Civil or civil
Silver.
or wait. No. Listen, I'm a lawyer here, right? Listen, civil or criminal, was he convicted as a rapist?
He was
No, he was not
adjudicated as a
convicted as a
rapist.
rapist. But
No.
Stillborn, he was not convicted as a rapist. But people are not fools when we hear evidences. We
No,
listen
listen,
to the
listen,
cases.
listen.
And
Even
it was
Michelle is saying
sexual
no.
harassment.
Listen, guys, this is a serious show here. I'm very serious here. Let's be very scientific. Let's be very meticulous, and let's be very legal. Was Donald Trump convicted as a rapist?
He was not criminally charged as a rapist. Silver.
No.
He was
Was Donald Trump?
Silver.
Oh, for
He was
God's sake.
civilly. A civil lawsuit was filed against him,
Civil
and
lawsuit
he
being
was
filed doesn't mean to say that he was. Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah.
A civil lawsuit was filed based on New York's law, right? They had passed a statute of limitations for a criminal charge to be brought against him for rape. A civil
Yes.
lawsuit was filed,
A
and he
civil
was
lawsuit being
found.
filed is one thing. Was he guilty?
Silver.
Yes. Was he
I'm
According
asking
to
a question. Don't
acco-
say Silburn.
Silver,
Was he guilty? Yes.
hold on, Silver. According to the, the ruling from the judge, he is an adjudicated rapist.
Yes.
That is what the judge said.
Yes.
He is an adjudicated rapist.
Anyhow.
Yeah. So
So
if,
let me
if
not.
that
So that came to the point when I said that he's sexist, he's racist, and he's a rape. I'm gonna take that out because Silborn has a thing with it because he was not criminally convicted in that sense. Only in a civil lawsuit was the facts shown that way.
yes,
But
The balance
Donald
of probability is that come with a balance of probability there when it comes on to a civil matter. But even though it's a balance of probability, is that Donald Trump's sexual misconduct allegations?
Well, he said it himself.
Yeah.
Stillborn, don't go to sexual misconduct no, because he
Yeah.
said it. He grabs them by it.
Oh, come on, grab it.
He
Okay, all
tells
right.
them
Okay,
he grabs them by it.
okay,
That's
all right.
violation. That's sexual
All right.
harassment.
Understand where that one is going there. Where it says,
No, but he said it. Remember, he
yeah,
said it. So
yeah,
when you're gonna
but
term it
Silver, it come
sexual,
from the horse's mouth.
yeah. But yeah, the point I'm trying to say is this, and I'm not defending anybody right here because I defend the same thing with Kamala Harris. When people
yeah,
say Kamala Harris send a lot of black men to prison, but it's not Kamala Harris sending a black man to prison. Kamala Harris is a prosecution, right?
yeah,
It is the
That's right.
court. It's a court that does that. So people will always using all these different terms and say, Kamala do
Yeah,
this, Kamala do that. But Kamala is one part of the whole process. You know,
process.
she's a prosecution and you got a defense and you got the judge and the jury that will actually make that conviction and send the people them away accordingly. Well, depends on who hold back evidence or so, which is some people allegation. But I think one of the things that I just see, and I see what is happening here, not here, but with the American thing, is that uh, a lot of people are not going to go by facts, but they're going to go by sensation, and they're going to go by emotions, and they're going to go by you know, who they like, how they don't like, but the policies. This is what I really want to focus on a lot. Are the
Yeah, the
policies?
policy is stillborn, but I
Yeah,
also think you have to be fair also because the
yeah,
man was convicted of several counts.
yeah,
How much?
yeah. No, no, we
30.
agree. We agree with
So
that.
we
But
could
but,
say
but
that
the rape
Trump is a
is
damn thief. We
it's a
could say
rapist
he's
bit.
a thief. We
Okay.
could say he's a thief. Let's forget the other things then.
Yeah,
He robbed the American government,
yeah,
never paid his taxes, and found ways around it,
yeah,
and then punish poor people. I mean, come on. So
yeah,
let's not. I think we shouldn't try to pretty up. Let's say Donald Trump has his sins, and if people want to vote for him anyway because he's all of that, and when he's talking about Christian and talking about the fact that everybody else is worse and he's so holy holding up the Bible. I mean, this is a man that has been married several times, cheated on every single wife, have kids with how many, with two, three different women or whatever, and wife, married someone who posed naked. Nobody's looking at that because
mm,
guess what? In the scheme of things, it shouldn't matter, but they keep bringing up stuff like this
yeah,
and small things about the others. So why, so then you're gonna have this mudslinging. But the
mm,
fact is nobody's making these things up.
mm, mm.
It happened. And if it was
According to
Kamala
Donald Trump,
Harris
he's the only
who had,
innocent man in
think
America.
about it. Think about it. If it was Vice President Harris who
Mm.
has had three wives
Free
and
husband.
children with, I mean, think about it, how that would have been looking for her. She wouldn't stand a chance. She wouldn't even have thought of coming in. So the standards have got to be there for all.
Yeah.
And I think we get carried away with the situation is here. This
I,
person, I mean,
yeah.
I'm totally disappointed that the Republicans couldn't find a better candidate. But
Well,
hey,
I was going to say that it's really unfortunate that you had Biden and you had Trump, and at the same time, you got Trump only there, which is the is the eldest person now. Gonna
right, he's 78. So he
78,
probably
78.
but
So really, maybe Kamala need to ask him to stand down. You know what I mean? Just like how that.
I think Joe Biden is saying checkmate because when they were telling him to retire, I don't think they thought he would have taken the risk to you know
I, I,
to
I think I think Biden was playing a tactical game. I think that's what he was doing.
I
That
think the presidency was playing a tactical game. I
no,
don't think
no,
Biden know what he was doing. I think I
no,
think
no, no, no.
I think whosoever who's behind the scene there, who is playing the game, who is actually now marketing Kamala in a very strategic way, did that thing. I don't think Biden know. I think Biden's going to come out tomorrow and say he's running for Donald Trump. He's running against Donald Trump next week. I don't. I won't be surprised if, if Biden come
No,
out.
no,
I
no,
don't think. I
no.
don't think Biden know what's
no
You're
man,
happening.
that
you're
marketing
you're being
plan for
disrespectful
Kamala
to
that was
Joe
all
Biden right
planned
now.
before.
Huh?
Joe Biden have more sense than Donald Trump, have more class, integrity than
Of
Donald Trump.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I think it's sad
Mm.
that all
People
that
are
Joe
putting
Biden
Donald
did.
Trump and Joe Biden in the same sentence.
Right. I think it's sad that all he did, it's because of Joe Biden, people can get their diabetes medication for
Yeah,
what?
cheap.
A fraction of the price. People,
Yeah,
it's funny how, what about the veterans and what's happening to the veterans hospitals? You know what I
yeah,
mean? The fight that he and Kamala they put up behind the scenes to
yeah,
make sure that there's funding for this. The student debt that put a lot of people in poverty because they miss payments or because you know what I'm saying. There's so many things. The food program for children, for orphans, that the Republicans said no. I
Mm.
mean, and they fought to have it. So some of these things that affect really people on the fringes and on the margins, it's like, oh yeah, well, he's old.
What
I
about
mean,
what about she being a Jamaican now? Does she claim her Jamaican heritage?
Has
she,
she
she's
denied it? I've
American.
never heard that she's denied it.
Yeah. Many,
I
many
mean,
say that. Sorry.
I think we should look past the fact that her father is a Jamaican, because I don't even think that he's ever been back to Jamaica. And
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, according to what I understand is that he used to take them to Jamaica regular.
Yes.
mm,
Yeah, to understand where they're coming from. Because my good mate, I went to school with, is his cousin, Mark Harris. You know.
Yes, and she had a
So
grandmother down there, and she
yeah,
she she talks about that. Yeah.
so he did actually take them back to Jamaica regular, and she grew up, and stuff like that. So that's kudos. So we'll see how that unfold. But what about the fact that other persons may come into the race against Kamala? Democrats.
yes,
Well, she's getting the number of
it,
delegates,
it,
no?
it, it's a open thing right now. But
Yeah.
at the DNC, it will be it will be confirmed that she is the presidential
Nominee.
candidate,
Right,
Yeah.
right?
she's getting
Yeah.
the
Because
delegates.
she she's gotten all the endorsements from all the top Democrats,
One,
right?
one,
There's
one
there's
yeah.
there, there, there- there's one man who decided not to be a part of not to be a Democrat anymore, Joe Manchin.
Yeah,
And
Joe can go.
as soon as Joe Biden says he's stepping down, he wants to run as president. Go sit down,
Go sit down.
right?
Go sit down, Joe.
Because what he wanted, he wanted to lobby on behalf of some oil merchants so they can get their tax break, and
Yeah,
Joe wouldn't
Yeah.
give it
politics.
to him.
Politics, yeah.
And I think some of these donors are actually even claiming their pound of flesh already. They're actually saying what they want. The big guys are more putting the money
Yeah, that's
forward.
how American politics work, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Because I was speaking to someone earlier today, and they said that don't be surprised if it turns out that just like how Biden was, in the sense of not being able to be functioning effectively because being controlled, or not being controlled, but being steered, steered,
Influenced, yeah.
steered because of his that Kamala could find herself in a situation whereby, yes, she gets all the support and everything,
I,
but there's
I think over
wait,
the
wait,
years,
I'm trying to finish the point here, and
Joe
and
Biden
and
has shown that he's
yeah, go on, you saying, Herbert? Hello. Think he lost it. Yeah, I was saying that she could find herself in a situation if she's not very careful and not homing onto her own, sort of stand back a bit and don't be sort of carried away too much, but own her own in a sense. So therefore, she can be really in charge. You know?
Stillborn, I think she's ready.
Yeah,
Remember, she's been prepared. I
yeah,
have no doubt that and Kamala of all, remember she was a senator. She knows
yeah,
that. She knows that everything, the pork barrel issues come with all kinds of things, right? And she
yeah,
knows that signing away sometimes you have to agree to certain bills because you need that $10 million to go into that factory in your community so your
yeah.
people can get work. I mean, these are experienced
Mm,
politicians also. Don't I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Plus, the team that's working behind her. It's a machinery. The Obamas took their time to came out. The foot soldiers are on check in the states that swing right. Check in
yeah,
places like Wisconsin, Minnesota, where It's not a done game. So they know that they have to mobilize the foot soldiers to
Yes.
go out there to campaign, to get people signed up to vote, to talk, to, so it's not going to be easy.
Yes. Yes.
So I think it's gonna be, they have their work cut out for them, but it helps if she's a nice person, and it helps if she can laugh at herself. It helps if
Actually,
she's beautiful to look at. It
actually,
helps if she can dance,
I enjoy the laughing. I must say, I
and
enjoy
and
the
and
laughing.
she's a beautiful woman. Plus, she speaks very well. She's very respectful. So there's hope. There's hope for more civility in the
Yes.
American presidency going
Mm.
forward.
I,
Yes.
I
Yes.
think
I'm
I,
sorry.
I think what has struck the Republicans is that a black woman is standing up to them, and she's telling them not today, not tomorrow. Come back some other day. This is not your house, no.
They're shocked. They're shocked. They were
Right?
reeling. They didn't
Yeah,
know how to handle that momentum.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Well,
the only thing they can do is nitpick. She
mm,
she talk about banning plastic straws. They're offended by it.
mm.
Yeah.
Look
So
at Michelle's
the,
comment. Look at Michelle's comment. I think it's good.
yeah,
Silborn, you want to
the
read Michelle's
Yeah,
comment?
Michelle says she isn't gonna win. She isn't gonna win. Must we win that? America isn't and will never be ready for a woman president. If a white woman didn't win, Kamala, I'm sure isn't going to win, and so like that. You
no,
know.
the only reason why Hillary didn't win was because of the email and the Benghazi debacle. That's the only reason why. And at the time, the Russians were heavily involved.
You
Don't
know,
forget,
Herb,
the Russians
the
played
Harris
fast.
campaign,
I know where you stand, Herb. No matter
the
what,
Harris,
no matter any Republican that comes in there, Herb, you're a full blown Democrat. Might you go America will live.
well, let me tell
No,
you
no, no,
something.
no, no, no. It's just that I don't like to see people bringing their criminal activities to the
No, no,
fore
no.
and
No, what I
and
said a
and
while ago,
and and and, and, and
what I
expect
said a while ago is that
uh,
even if it wasn't Trump or another person going a
no, no,
Republican,
no, 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 no,
okay, okay. I just checking,
no,
May I
just
make
checking.
a comment?
no.
May I make a
Sorry, go
comment?
Rosemary. Yeah, yes,
I think over the time we would have hoped that the American voting population has gotten a little bit more informed, a little bit more competent as voters, and a
yes,
little bit more savvy. In the
yes,
sense that when Hillary being a good candidate, if voters were competent, they would have known that that email thing that came up, and when it came up, it was really meant to do what it did, right? To cast doubt. And of course they're gonna try that with the with Kamala. They're gonna find something. But you have to understand the big picture. You have to
yes,
look at what Mrs. Clinton did and her ideas that came in and turned out into Obamacare and blah blah, and we can cause Obamacare all we want. But
yes,
the richest country on earth that cannot make sure that there is health care for its citizens. You understand? In a formidable way because the will wasn't there to do it. I mean, that says something about that country when your own neighbors. I used to be a lecturer at a university in Michigan, and
yes,
one of my students did not come to class for 2 weeks, and she was doing very well. But I knew she had a small child. When I reached out to her, I actually went to her house. I found out her address and went to her house because I felt so, it was so unfortunate that she wasn't coming to class and exams are coming up. And she was doing so well, and I knew she was struggling. You know what she told me? She said, Miss Francis, I have a lump in my left breast. My child is ill. My rent is due, and I'm working two jobs. And I'm trying
yeah,
to finish a degree. And you know what she did? She had to pay the rent. And I went
yeah,
home and bawled my eyes out and realized that I could not live in such a country. And that's why I
yes,
left the United States of America, where we cannot think that we're surviving, but we cannot pool our resources to make sure that those
Mm.
amongst us who can't
Well,
at
I
least can
yeah,
afford
yeah,
to take care of their health. I mean, come on. So,
well,
I mean,
yeah,
and they're not there yet. I talked to an American about it. They say, "Oh, can you imagine all those insurance companies would lose so much money with the-" And I'm thinking, those are the billionaires. They're making money off of you. They even make you sick. They
yeah,
feed you all this stuff. They feed you to
yeah.
make you sick, and so they're winning because of our consumerism. It's a whole the bigger
Yeah.
picture. So yeah, we're not gonna solve
There-
that
There's
tonight.
one thing I just realized it's 12 o'clock. There's one thing I want to touch on quickly before we go. Malahu Fort, the minister. Have you heard what she said? She said Jamaica is not ready for she rules out transition to executive presidency in the reform process. She rules out.
Why?
Legal and Constitutional Affairs Minister and co-chair of the Constitutional Reform Community says based on the concerns raised about the need for accountability, transitioning to an executive president would not be the right move at this time. I don't know where to get this rationale from. She was speaking at a CRC town hall meeting held at Emancipation Park on Thursday. The town hall focused on the recommendation of the Committee on Constitutional Reform. Ms. Ford said it would be reckless to risk the stability of a nation when Jamaicans are not fully conscious of what the changes to an executive president would create. Now that brings a point about education, which is what they have missed, Rosemary, and
We've been asking. Advocates Network Jamaica has been
yeah,
asking continuously and has been saying that
yeah,
you cannot make a decision about the king or not to king, the monarch or
yeah,
not, or republic, because guess what? If you're going to ask the public to make a decision on that, and they have to have a say, then you
yes.
have to educate them. We
You
have
got
to
to
have the
educate.
dialogue.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that it's going to be their own. They're coming from a place of their own choices and their own understanding based on the information that they have gleaned, based on discussion, all of that to make sure it's a competent decision. All I know, me no see, none of us no see the education program yet. And guess what? By the hick or by the crick, they have to roll out an education program before they can bring this to the fore to vote about whether or
Read,
not we're to get rid of the king or
yeah,
not, and about
yeah.
constitutional
Read,
changes. It's a
read,
big issue and they
yeah.
don't want to deal with it.
Read what is that? Read what is one. Let me do it.
But I think you're focusing on the fact that she makes that decision, just like how
No,
Mr.
no, no, no. That's not what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on one thing that she said, which is very crucial. This is what she said. It would be reckless to risk the stability of a nation at this time when Jamaicans are not fully conscious. That's the education.
Yes,
Jamaicans are not fully conscious of what the changes to an executive president will create. So, therefore, if they are not fully conscious, make them fully conscious.
exactly.
Because
That's
And
the
the
give
thing.
long
them
and
one
short of
chance
Herbert,
what she's
to be
saying,
conscious.
the
Herbert,
long and short of what she's saying is that Jamaicans can't read enough to understand.
No, man.
Long and short. Because if over 4 years, if if they had done their town hall meeting, right, Jamaicans would have been made aware of what to expect and what not to expect.
yes. What is an
The
executive
meetings that they
president and
have,
what is not? Yes.
the meetings that they have or they have had is in the halls of in the walls of parliament among themselves and expect to come up with some fancy words and feed Jamaicans with. Jamaicans are
Right,
not like
Herbert.
that. Jamaicans want you come and tell them layman terms what is going to
Right.
happen, what is the next move,
Right. We
right?
asked
So
for explanation in patois of several things.
yeah,
We asked for copies of the Constitution also to be distributed all over the place. I was told that you could get a copy in the library or whatever. So it's not understood. And Dr. Rosalie Hamilton had presented ideas
Mm,
about how this. In fact, we started the town halls The government had just a few town hall meetings. Now, when you're talking about town hall meetings, you could have 4 or 5, one in each parish, but that's not enough. If you really are deliberate about informing people and want to engage them and have
Yes.
dialogue, then you do it more, in more often in different places, engaging, getting the churches involved, getting people out to make sure that and it works because we've done it. The Advocates Network did it, where we got people to talk to each other, come up with the results that they think of. We met at St. Michael's, I think it was, and had feedback and all of that. But that was just one. We had the debates
Mm,
through Jade, where we include the schools, to talk about. And then we had, the government loved it, that we had the debates, right? We organized it, Advocates Network and Jade, right? But the Jamaica Debating Society. But what I'm thinking is much more of that was needed. And if you
mm,
really want your people to be educated, about especially this particular topic, you are gonna go out there and organize it in a formidable way. One young girl, I'll just tell you this: one young girl, because I listened to all of their town halls. There was a
mm.
young girl who spoke, and she said, "Why you can't just do it like how like how JIS come on and say." And them said, them come on and say, like a little jingle, and them explain 1 point and
Yeah.
2 points. People them get
Yeah.
it. And she suggested, she actually said, "Oh, it could be done." That is the Jamaica Information Service. But we have to reach everybody. Kind of everybody. I watch TV and I watch JIS.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's very cool. I just can't see the rationale of having a ceremonial president, and the key thing is about making Jamaicans fully conscious of what the changes to an executive president would create, and and therefore, if that is saying changes to an executive president will create destability, destabilize the country. So what they're actually saying is keeping the status quo, and they simply just want to do this. This is what they simply just want to do: remove the king as the head of state, but keep the status quo, keep the same powers, keep the same
and I
thing.
that's
There's
it.
not there's not even impeachment or that thing there in their
Oh,
recommendation.
there were so many things that were listed and was given to them, and we've written articles about it from the side of Advocates Network.
Yes, yes,
Basically, what we think should be looked at, and everything's not going to be looked at probably at one time. They were talking about phases, then them backtrack, and then no, it looked like they don't want to do it before election and
yeah,
whatever. And when the people go to the ballot and to choose, they have to know what it means, right?
yes,
So I totally disagree with that
yeah,
the education program has.
yeah. All right, Rosalie, Rosemary, want to thank you so much for staying with us tonight. And for that full, it is you're not driving anywhere tomorrow. Remember, last week here we had to run you
Yes,
away
last
because
week
you had to.
we're heading out to Stuttgart. No, tomorrow not driving anywhere. Working on some articles, but that's it. And spending time with the children. Yes.
And Herbert, you're not running anywhere tomorrow. Herbert,
Come
you're
on,
not.
we work in the morning.
Oh,
But yeah,
you're reaching. Well, where you going? I mean, the states. What is it?
eh?
Bun down. Sorry, I was gonna say
I'm
bun down.
not gonna work in the morning.
Herbert.
Young man, man.
Hey, today I posted something on my Facebook page, and
Uh-huh.
it was saying that I was really annoyed
Hold on.
by
So
the
that's
Paris.
that's so respond to you, my friend. That's so respond to you.
Yeah, I was so annoyed by the Paris thing and the Lord Supper thing and stuff like that. And
You
Facebook
must
took
not
it
kick a
off
man
and
while
said
he's
that
down, yeah?
hello. They said Facebook said I breached community guidelines. So I said I just screenshot the same thing and post it back. It's still up there,
Oh my
you
goodness.
know, and thing like that. But anyway,
Huh?
thanks for coming on.
Uh-huh.
Herbert. Oh, you're talking to somebody. Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, all the best, and Rosemary, thanks for those bits. I will actually get that QR code and put it on my Facebook page
Thank you so much.
as
And
well.
thank you to
And
your listeners who might want to read up some more, find out some more about where the help would be
yeah,
going, and
yeah,
to support Dr. Rosalie Hamilton and the
Yeah,
Lasker Foundation and their partners
yeah,
in really getting
yeah,
real help out into the
yeah.
communities without too much bureaucracy.
As a matter of fact, what I'll do, I'll even post the PDF. That's okay if I
Thanks.
post the PDF.
Yes, thanks a lot.
That's okay if I post the PDF. Yes.
Yeah, let me double check with
Okay.
Rosalie, but I think
Yeah.
it's okay.
Double
I
check.
think it's
Double
okay, but I'll double
check.
check.
Double check. Double check. All right. Okay. Peace out.
Thank you,
Michelle.
Herbert. Thank you, and Michelle. Have a nice evening.
Silver, I always say Jamaican people too licky licky. Now them out drape Kamala in our Jamaican flag colors. Let me pick up where the picture. Let me pick up the
I
picture there.
never hear Kamala big up Jamaica in the 4 years she was a
See the
vice
picture
president.
there. See the picture
No
there.
man, she big
The
up
picture.
Jamaica. Is who that Michelle?
Yeah. Me never hear Kamala pick up Jamaica in the 4 years she
Yeah,
was a
man,
vice
look at
president.
the interview she did with Andrew. Remember?
Me never. She pick up
Yeah, man.
Jamaica.
She was when Andrew visited the White House. Was that in the last 4 years though?
Okay.
I'll send it in the group so we can share it with Michelle.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, Michelle. Michelle, take care of yourself. And Herbert.
Take care.
Where's Herbert? Herbert, peace out. See you around, bro. And
Bye. Have a great
bye bye.
evening.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye.
Okay,
Yes,
bye
I
bye. Thank you.
bye.
Cheers. Bye
Yes,
bye.
yes, Stephen, what were you saying now?
Oh no, no. What I was saying was that I was Facebook removed a post which I posted
Good night.
regarding the 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 ceremony in France and so like that. Say I breached community guidelines, so I screenshot it and post it right back. And told him, say, I rebuke you guys, I rebuke you. I use the same thing as Sonia Massey, may she rest in peace again. Sonia Massey, and say, I rebuke you guys in Jesus' name. So don't be surprised if I'm on Facebook. So I don't business anyhow still, you see, one of the things that I wanted to say was that we've got the
Really?
ability to
Why?
change. Huh? We've got the ability to change your world, Rosemary. Just like what you guys are doing in Jamaica. You're changing your
Really?
spheres of influence, the areas where you can change. And I
Mhm.
believe that we are waiting for so long, too much now, for politicians or
Yeah.
powers that be to come and change things for us, where we can actually, if we just really think strategically, we can actually make those moves. We can change things, and in a
Right.
way, we change our world
Right. And
by
you change, you have to start it one community at a time,
one
Silver.
community at a time.
That's
Once,
the action in the community to
yes,
get them to get together to see that they can, be charters of their own destiny by helping each other, by playing their
yeah,
part, and especially after this disaster. So there's great hope, and
yes,
and close to the work that's being done through the Lasker Foundation and Dr. Hamilton and the others who are supporting.
yes.
Wonderful, and we need each
Good night.
other's support. So I hope you support it tonight.
Just had to, but things that. Okay, all right. Peace out, Herbert. Everybody, have a good night, and thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you
All right,
too.
take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.